water cooling. So this is the last time it's going to look like that. Look how dusty this thing got. It got so dusty. It's so dusty in that room. I mean, look at that. And there's no filters in this case either, so you get all that dust. And here's the new case. The NZXT switch 810. It's all taken apart, but I've already started putting the 240 millimeter or the 240 res down there with the reservoir right there, and then the top. That's the Bits Power mod top to 150 with the upgrade top and the whole Bits Power upgrade kit for it. The radiators are the Black Ice SR1s, 240, and then a 360 is going to go up there, which I have right there. I'm going to use some Corsair fans, and then I got some, I just painted these. These are the Cougar fans that I've had for a while. They were orange, so I painted these blacks. These are actually really good fans. They're rated really good. I'm going to use these for case fans, just 2 of them. The rest will be all radiator fans. And I'm about to sleeve everything first. And I have the sleeving over there, red, $1 Million PC sleeving. That guy from Germany, so it's supposed to be the best. I have all my water blocks and everything in that box down there. I have EK blocks, EK water blocks for both graphics cards, and then an EK block for the CPU. And that's it. Yeah, just those 2 blocks. No, those 3 blocks. Let me think. Yeah, that's it. And then so obviously I'm gonna reuse everything out of here. I'm not gonna reuse this Corsair 100i, that little water cooler right there. I got a second computer that I'm gonna put that in. So this is the last time you're gonna see it like this in here. That's it. I got all my stuff ready right here to get sleeving. Got all my fittings. I'm going acrylic tubing on this, no plastic tubing. All of it is gonna be, I'm gonna bend it all myself. This is the first time for true water cooling as well. So I'm very excited for it. I thought somebody was at the door. And I'm using Mayhem's pastel red coolant right down there. And that's it. The cases are almost the same. The switch, as you can see, is just a hair taller. I mean, literally just a hair taller. But it is wider. It's wider by a couple inches. So that's it. I will come on with other updates as it goes on, I guess. I'll take everything apart and clean this up and start putting things in. And then I'll just come back on with another update here and there. So, catch you guys in a bit. So, everything's stripped down, and I wanted to show you how dusty this was. Look at that. I can't believe how dusty that is. That is the Corsair H100i cooler. I mean, just look at the dust. That's how dusty it got in that room. My God. Well, I got a lot of fan filters now, and I know a little bit. I learned a little bit more about cooling with using positive pressure in the case. So there's the case stripped down. There's all my SSDs, my hard drive, fan controller, power supply. And then over here, the 680s. I'm going to put water blocks on these right now. The Rampage formula motherboard. I'm going to keep this. It's still a good motherboard. You can go 4-way SLI on this one. And yeah, that's it. There's all the fans right there. I'm going to actually reuse some of those in the new case. These are actually really good fans too. The Enermax, the TB silence ones. I'm going to clean them up though. And that's it. That's everything out. So I'm going to clean everything up. I think I'm going to spray paint this black. I think I'm going to do that, yeah. So it's all blacked out in there. And then clean everything up, clean that up. Take the fans off there, clean them up. And then I'll come back on with another update. Alright, catch you in a bit. Alright, got another update. I'm doing some sleeving right now. And so I went with red $1 million PC sleeving. And now I'm trying to decide if I want to go with this kind of cable, because I have this kind that shows a little bit of white, or just an all black one. I have enough of both of them. I need 6 of them. So, I don't know, but this is the first time I've ever sleeved, and actually, it came out pretty well. It's not, well, I should take that back. The SATA ones, they're a little bit more difficult because of the sleeving right here. You have to stretch this out to get it over these connectors, as you can see. And it does start to fray, so you kind of got to melt the ends down. I learned off my first one, but getting everything all done, straightening out all the wires. I actually had a whole bunch still from previous motherboards that I've bought in the past. So I'm going to sleeve all these. Actually, I'm going to sleeve everything. And then the power supply over there. So actually in this one, it's not fully modular. It's semi-modular. So I'm going to have to take off that sticker, which is a warranty sticker, to get all that and then sleeve it. So I got the rest of the sleeving right here. So I'm going to go heat shrink less. I'm not going to have any heat shrink on here. So like, it'll look like, no, this one has heat shrink on there. Yeah, I don't like that look. I want heat shrink less. This came with the computer case. This is an extension for the 8-pin. So that's it for now, and I'll get on it, and once I get some more done, come on with another update. Alright, catch you in a bit. Alright, so this is the next day. I have taken apart the power supply, and I started sleeving up the wires. There's one of the PCIe cables. I still have the rest right here. I have finished all of the other cables, which are right here. All the SATA cables, and then the other PCIe cable for the other card. It's coming out pretty well. I'm actually pretty impressed by it. It looks good too. I actually like it. I like it without the heat shrink. So that's working out well for now. I did what I ended up buying from their website was the kit that he offers, that and he states that with the kit it'll come with enough heat shrink to do a standard computer, and it'll come with heat shrink as well. I guess I could have ordered more of the SATA cables, because this is all I have left, which is enough probably for maybe 2 more. Not much. I have already done 7, so maybe that's taken into account. I don't know what the average computer is, but you know, with all the hard drives I have, I need 7 of them. I would like to use this thicker stuff on some of the other wires as well. So just to keep that in mind, if you ever do order a kit and you have a lot of thicker wires or a lot of hard drives, you're gonna want to order extra of the SATA sleeving. I did order extra of the standard small kind, which that's over there, because I knew I was gonna sleeve more than just the power supply, all the fans, you know, everything, every wire that I can possibly see. So yeah, that's coming along. This is actually pretty easy because all this is hidden inside the power supply. You can kind of just shrink it up, you know, inside here somewhere, like I did right there, and then when, whoops, it cut out for a second. Anyways, so yeah, when you feed it back into the hole right here, then, you know, you get that nice look. Now, if you do this, you lose your warranty. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about doing it. I want the look of it. I didn't buy all this, all this stuff just to go to right here, and you can only go so far right here, and then you're gonna have to have a big old wad of cable right here, because then you gotta tie it all up and stuff. So it's for me, it's no big deal if I get at least another year and a half out of this, which I know I will. Then it's time to upgrade, and I'll sell this, and it is what it is. If you do take these apart, be very careful. Some of these caps have power still in them. They don't just discharge right away. They actually take time, so you can get a pretty good zap from them, just to let you know. And that's it for this update. I'm going to continue sleeving. That's the most time-consuming thing, is the sleeving. So I'm just going to continue on with that. I did buy some wire. I needed some more wire. Right here. Actually bought some 18 gauge. Where is it? Red wire. Right there. So this is actually really flexible. It's exactly the same kind of wire that I'm sleeving right now. I mean, it's like the exact same. I think 18 gauge is what's used on the power supplies. I may be wrong, but I believe this is 18 gauge. It might be 16, but it just seemed kind of small, the 18 gauge. So I got the 16. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt anything. And then I got some more heat shrink. Again, when you buy the, right here, I know it's black. I'll have to save the red for exposed areas. Again, when you buy this kit, they give you everything. But the thing is the smaller heat shrink, you can see the sizes I'm using. Look how small they are. They're like a ½ inch. And I'm already running out, and I still have all these wires left. So that's just another thing to be careful for. You might want to order some more of that. So this is the red kind. I'll save the rest of this red. I have this. And is that it? Oh. That might be it. I'll have to look around, but I'm going to save it. I'll use this for any areas that are exposed in there. And then the black one that I got here, I'll use inside the case where it's hidden. So, okay, I'll be back with another update in a little bit. Catch you later. Alright guys, it's another update. Let me try to stop shaking. It is the next day, so day number 3. I just got done making this. This is for the SATA. This took a while to build, but I'm quite happy with how it came out. It's so hard to get this shrink way up there. I mean, it just moves. But this is going in here. I mounted the block and the board so I can kind of test fit stuff. There's the 8-pin extension. I'm kind of training it right now, just setting it in there. And then the hard drives, I got one up there, and then I got the other 3 right there, where this is going to go like that. So it's working out pretty well. Over here, I got the 24 pin started. I got the top half done. I'm doing the bottom right now. My fingers are raw. This stuff, I don't know how Lutro does it all the time. His fingers must be used to it, but mine are dead. So almost there. I got the 24 pin left. And then just a couple power ones, which actually I'm gonna have to redo these. I don't like all these clips on there like that. Plus they're double wired. That's much harder to sleeve. And then I got a single SATA one right here, which I'm gonna have to cut it and redo. Because I don't want any extra stuff, put it that way. And that's it for now. Let me think. Yeah, just keep on sleeving. It's just, this is a mess. To try to fit all that back through that hole right here, my God, it's going to be a pain. But they are coming out really good. Really good. So it's day number 3, and I'm still sleeving. I did take a break to set the motherboard in there and the hard drives, but that's it. Next update, I'm going to be done with the sleeving, and then we'll work on setting it all up. So, I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, it is now the beginning of day 5, like an hour into the morning, and I got it all done. Power supply's on, sleeved it all, and checked all the voltages, and everything is good. I did have one problem on this +2 pin. I had a 12 volt in there. That's actually the one that goes into the plugs right here, not into here. So I'm kind of blind as far as, I guess I could have checked the voltages on here from the beginning, but I didn't think of it. So I fixed that around. So when you have a +2 connector for your PCIe connectors, they are just ground. That's all they are, as extra ground. These top ones right here are all 12 volt, and then the bottom ones down there are ground. So there's one graphics card. Here's the other one. So a 6-pin and an 8-pin, and a 6-pin and an 8-pin. Here's the 8-pin for the motherboard. And then here's a SATA. Here's a SATA. They come off of here. And then the 24-pin. And then this conglomeration of mess for Molexes. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I made something. Oh well, it'll work though. I needed 6 of them. See, I didn't want any more plugs than what was needed, so I needed 6 of those. It'll work. Back here, I have, this is the 8-pin extension that came with the case. I just sleeved it red. It was black. These two are for the fan controller, and I made that all up. Made all these right here. So that's power, and then these are for the fans. And then over here, I made this part. This is actually this piece right here cut off, where you hold three hard drives in here. All this right here. And I cut the top off so it sits like that, so I could have one in there. See, I needed one more spot for the fan, where the fan was at. I could have put it in here, but I actually needed it to where a fan was at. So this slides in, let me see, like normal. See, it has the top part. So I cut it, and then I painted it. And you can't even tell it's anything. That slides in like that. Boom. Like it's supposed to be there. I still got plenty of room under there. And then in here I set the motherboard and the block. And then I got the radiator up there with the fan. I'm testing, see how much clearance I have. So I'll have enough clearance for that. And then up here in the front, I got this is where one of my SSDs is at, in here. And then I have the CD drive and then the fan controller right here. And then I made that connector for the SSD and the CD-ROM drive that goes down. And then the last connector I made is, sorry about the shakiness is on my phone, this one. This is for 4 hard drives that go to a Molex. So as you can see, all the hard drives are perfectly in line. So I got the 4 there, and I need a fan in front of it because in my room it does get warm, and these hard drives, if you start to touch them with no fan on it, they get pretty warm. So that's how it's looking so far. So now I can put the power supply in finally. That took a while, but I'm really happy how it came out. I mean, that came out really good. Really good. So I'm happy with it. I'll probably never do that again. I'll probably pay someone to do it. That is, that's not my thing. So I'm going to start building it, putting the parts in, and then hopefully on the next update, at least all the main parts should be in. So I'll be back with another update. Alright, I believe it's morning of day 6. I've gotten quite a bit done now. I got the power supply in. I got pretty much everything in except the graphics cards, which I'm working on right now, getting ready to put the blocks on. I'm real happy with how everything came out. Look at that 24 pin. Look how smooth that is. It came out real nice. Liking it. Got the radiator and the fans. Got my intake fan right here. Got my Samsung SSD right there. The wires right there. That's just Velcroed on there. I like how that looks like that. I got my LCD monitor. It's not in place yet, that one. That's for the temperature of the water. I still got the PCIe cables, so those are loose. I got an LED right there, and then the temperature sensor. And then over here, I put in the Bitfinex Alchemy, what is that, 150? No, 200? Whatever, the white LED strip right here. All the way down. It actually fit in there perfectly. I tested it in all different positions, and right there actually lights up the whole case very well, right there. So that works out good. Got the Cougar fans in. I painted black. Can't even tell. They actually look like they were bought like that. Those are a pain in the butt to take off. Really hard. And the wire management. I tried doing the best I could. It's very, very hard. I have put the back panel on. It does fit. So we had an issue. I made this nice wire loom for all the fans. Right here. Nice, compact. I was going to put it right here. The plan was right here. This is deep. So you can put a lot of stuff here. Well, the fan wires ended up being too short. It was something I didn't even think about. And right there is the only spot where all the fan wires can meet. These fan wires over here and these ones right there. And look, I even have to stretch it out. I mean, I could extend the fan wires, and do all this. But I'm going to be switching fans. I have the Enermax TB silence ones on top of this radiator. Because one, I don't have enough of the Corsair ones. I actually need two more because I have one right there. But two, these have a red LED to it. So I wanted that red tint up here on the top panel. They're the same RPMs and almost same performance. So it's not going to really affect anything. These fans, while they do sound quiet, they're really low. They sound, I guess, quiet, sound low. They have a slight buzz to them, like almost like a motor buzz, and you can hear it when the fans are like, if I set the fan controller to like 50%, yeah, you can't hear anything, but you can hear this buzz to the fans, and I'm sure anybody that has them knows what I'm talking about. So I'm going to be switching those out. I don't know what. I don't sleeve the fan wires just because, how often you go through fans. Some people go through them quite often. So yeah, there's no point. And hopefully, once I get the new fans, then they'll have longer cables and I can move this over here. So yeah, this was a pain in the butt, but it all fits. I mean, that all came out tits right there. That's all in line perfectly, but it's working. I have a couple more plugs to plug in, and that's really it. Yeah, not much. Got my filter right here for dust filter, because that's an intake fan. If you ask me why that's an intake fan, because it's we're creating positive pressure in the case, because I have bad dust in my office. It's just, I don't know why it gets so dusty. So everything's intake except the top radiator, which is exhaust. That's going to create positive pressure, and that really helps out on dust. So that's it right now. I'm actually working on these. I'm putting the what are those things called? Thermal pads down. Getting ready to put the blocks on. So cleaned them up. Got the back plate right there. I'm going to reuse the back plate. And then I guess that's really it. Yeah, there's not much more to do. Oh, well, I got to bend all the tubing still, but So yeah, that's another update for the day, and we'll get the water blocks in, then we'll come back on and check it out, because pretty much after we get the blocks in and set the reservoir right there on the side where it's going to go, that we can kind of get an idea of what the thing's going to look like. So catch you guys in a bit. Alrighty, it is day 6, I believe. Day 6 update, morning of, and I've gotten almost all of it done except for the tubing. I got the cards in. I even got the back plates on the cards. Look at that, the EVGA back plates. My cards came with these. I was thinking about buying the EK ones, but that's another $50. I already have back plates, you know. Oh, and if for anybody wondering how you make this back plate work with the water block, you need M3 by 8mm screws to fit in there, to fit that back plate. That's what they got to be. And again, I was questionable about this piece. I didn't know if I just wanted to use some tubing inside there, you know, and have that look versus that look. But I actually like that look. So yeah, I got everything all wired up, everything in, got my reservoir in. Fits perfectly right there. Right now I'm training these wires. All the PCI wires right here. Just training them so they'll stay in at least that area. So my loop, it's gonna go one spot in the back, right back there, to go out of the pump. I had to use some tubing. That the pump is in a situation where I have to like slide it in and out along with other things. It just can't go in by itself. So that had to be a little piece of tubing back there. But you can't see it. Once we're going to be done with everything, you won't see it. So you're going to come out of the pump. The pump out into the radiator. Then out of the radiator right here into the graphics card. And then you got a series bridge. And then we're going to come out here and go up to the radiator, and then out from the radiator to the water block, then from the water block to the reservoir. And that's it. That's the loop. That's really it. Not much to do. Simple, actually. Yeah, everything else still looks the same, just takes a while. There's my drain hose for my drain line. I'm going to keep it with the computer, that way I never lose it on accident. Right here, drain port coming off this little, what is this, a Q fitting or something, bits power? I don't know, all the fittings are bits power. But yeah, I'm very stoked with it. I did get this LED strip in right here on the side. I don't know if I showed you that last time. That's white and it shines this way. It shines pretty good. But yeah, so I'm going to start the tubing right now. Here is the tubing. The official name is called E22 on this kind of tubing. There's other kinds too. But yep, there it is. That's what it looks like, how thick it is. So it's not the thickest type of tubing. I know, I think EK has a half-inch one. This one, what is this? What is it? Well, let me see. What does it say? I can't remember. I think 12 millimeter. I think it's 10 millimeter OD and 12 millimeter. I don't know, ID and 12 millimeter OD. I think. Anyway, I put my temperature sensor right there. Right here. That's for the. It'll just tell me approximately how good the water is, and for the water it's right here. The sensor's in the back of this little Q fitting thing. So I'm gonna start this tubing job. This is my first time trying to bend that tubing, so we'll see. I got extra. As you can see, my runs are real short. I mean, real short, just a couple 90s here and there, and that's really it. Except there's, I think, 2 pieces that I need double 90s, but I'm gonna give it a shot and Hopefully when I come back the next update, it'll be all done and ready to go. It's been a week I've been out of my computer. It's kind of weird now. So, catch you guys in the next one, or next update. So, be right back. Okay, it is night of day 6, and I have finished all the tubing. I'm getting ready to fill it with the pastel red, and getting everything all set up just in case if it leaks. I'm going to fill through there. I'd have to say that the tubing was pretty easy to bend. I didn't have that many. I had one right there, there, and in the middle. Not too bad. So, this is going to be an update before I fill it. This is final. This is what it looks like. Once we get it all done, I'll turn it on and then do a full overview of it and go over a couple things that if someone's watching this, that may be helpful. So, let me fill it and I will come on for one last update, you guys. Be right back. And it's day 7. I believe it's day 7. Day 6 or 7, I always forget. Anyway, it's the morning of, and we are done. We have leak tested, and we're good to go. It was I leak tested last night, so I'll just kind of come in here and show you. It might look pink on the camera. It's not. It's more red. There's still air in the lines, which is going to take a little bit to get out, so that kind of lightens the color. But it's pastel red from Mayhem's. Just kind of going everything with you. There's the drain port. Had that all hooked up. So, I was really impressed with how it all went. No leaks, no issues. So far, everything has went smoothly. The only problem I had was, like I said, on the power supply. When I was sleeving it, one of the PCIe cables was wired wrong, but I caught that, and I had a feeling, and I double checked all the wires anyway. So either way, I would have caught it. But it's been going smooth. So what we have here is we have a Bits Power upgrade kit right here. It's 150 ml. Is it 150 milliliters? Or 150, whatever. It's the 151. It's actually from here up. That's the upgrade kit. And then we have the Bits Power top. What is it? Is it the top or is it the upgrade? Okay, sorry about that. My phone ran out of memory because I've been doing all these videos on my phone. Once again, I do not have a camera, you guys. Or I have a camera. I have a good camera, a Nikon, but I don't have a video camera. Okay, so anyway, yeah, it's the Bits Power upgrade kit. I have the Alpha Cool. Is it the Alpha Cool pump? The D5 pump? The variable speed one. And then the Bits Power mod kit that covers it to make it look good. So the whole Bits Power setup. And then I used, let me kind of get level down. There. I'm trying not to shake. I used Bits Power fittings. And then for the acrylic fittings, right here, those are, what are those called? I think they might be E47 or E48. I can't remember which one. Bits Power 47 or or 48. They're like the Crystal Link multi-link adapters, or the Crystal Link adapters. They're kind of the same thing for the Crystal Links. So I use those for the fittings, which is 10 to 12, 10 millimeter ID and 12 OD. And then obviously various fittings. And all the fittings, I kind of drew this down on paper and then said to myself how I could possibly do it. Bought everything, bought all the fittings, and it worked out bitchin'. I have a couple of these fittings left, the ones that they go in, but like as far as like, you know, like special fittings, I used every single one up. Like that right there. Just to do that drain part, that's probably like $50 worth of freaking piping right there. Yeah, the dual rotary 90 and then that centerpiece, those are like 20 bucks a pop. I have a temperature sensor right there, mounted my SSD right there. But yeah, it all came out well. And then the front, got my fan controller. So nothing really going on there. Nothing much. And that's it. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, trying not to shake, let me know. I'm stoked on it. Look at the wires from the graphics cards, the PCIe wires. Those things came out so nice with the sleeving. Look at the 24 pin. It's like just perfectly weaved right there. And then the wires right there on the sides. I like that. I like the look of it. Everything just looks good. I'm really happy with everything. The pump's running right now. It's on. It's hooked up to an external or a different power supply. And it was just over 1 liter to fill everything up. A hair over, like a hair over. I don't know how much over, but just a hair. So right now I'm going to bring my monitor over here, just one, and my keyboard and mouse, and turn it on and make sure that works now. You know what I mean? That's the next part. I still have yet to clean my office room where it's going to go. And then also I need help moving this, so I have to wait until my wife gets home. I mean, I probably could do it by myself, you guys, but I don't want to take the chance. Why? You know what I mean? I'm in no hurry to put it from here to one spot. This is my kitchen table, so I can just bring a monitor out here and at least have a computer. So, once I get everything done in the office, then I'll come on. I'll probably come on for one last update. If I don't, then I don't. But anyways, if you got any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, okay, guys. I wanted to come back on real quick. So, this is the piping leftover, the acrylic of what I left over from the pieces I used. So I bought 6 pieces. I only used 2, and this is what's left over from those pieces. This was used as the fill tube and a practice tube because one, I heard a lot of people complaining that they're getting kinks like that. So I wanted to test this. I wanted to see how to kink it, pretty much. So when I started doing this, that pipe right there was my first bend. Right there was my first bend I've ever done, like my life. I thought this was going to be hard, bending pipes, but to be honest, that was the easy part for me. The hard part, you guys, was getting it inside these fittings in the condition where it's at right now. That was the hard part. Those fittings are double O-ring fittings, both of them. So, and you're trying to fit a rigid piece of acrylic into a position that is rigid itself. So, you know, it's got to slip in, you know, and then it's got to slip in. And it's not easy. I'm just going to say that. So on this one, I did a fill port, you know, up there, and I messed with this to see how people were getting these kinks right here. And it seems like you get the kinks when you don't have enough heat. So the way I was doing it is, the way I can feel it is you know you're turning it like this over the heat. You know, you're turning it and moving it and making sure everything's good. It'll get bendable. You'll start feeling it get bendable pretty quick, you know? And I think that's when people think that, oh, okay, it's ready to go, and then they bend it and they get kinks and whatnot happening, you know? There's water in there, you guys, if you're wondering all that. That's just water. I cleaned everything out. So yeah, that's from lack of heat right there. What I do is I heat it up to the point where the pipe can't even hold itself up. It's literally like I can take the pipe and on the my other hand over there, I can't use it because I'm holding the phone, but on my other hand, I'll bend the pipe like this, and it's so soft, it'll just wiggle, you know, I mean, like, it's super soft. It's not to the point where it's melted, but it's to the point where I could bring it into the case like this, and do all my bends, you know, if I needed to. So that was a tip that I wanted to say. If anybody's doing it, really heat up the pipe. I mean, don't be super close, you know, stay a few inches away, but just let it heat up. Even if you can feel it start to bend, you know, you'll start to feel it. Even you need to go more. And it's so I used a socket in my garage. It was like a 3/4 inch socket, and I did all of the bends. I did that one. Well, I didn't have that many. That one. And that one, and then this one's a double bend because we have a 90 going up, and then kind of, you know, something going up to reach that. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. I forgot about that. That part was I truly thought I bought so many because I thought I was gonna need all of it, but I didn't. I ended up using only like 1.5 pieces. That's it. For this whole thing, just 1.5 pieces. If not even a 1.5, like 1 1/4, because I had that big old piece down there left over. So, yeah. So that's it. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.